Why your next move must be director. You've proven you can lead a team, hit targets, and manage chaos as a manager. Yet every promotion cycle, you watch others move into director and executive roles while you stay stuck at the same level. You start asking yourself, I've been a manager for years. When will I finally be ready to become a director? In this video, we're going to want to flip that question. Instead of waiting for someone to decide you're ready, I'll show you how to start operating like a director now, so that your promotion becomes the obvious next step, not a lucky break. First, manager versus director. At the start of your career, you play on the individual contributor game board. You do the work, you deliver quality, and you're rewarded for your own performance. Then you move into management, where your success is measured by how well your team executes existing processes and hits defined benchmarks. But at the director level, it's not just a harder version of the same game. It's a completely different game board with different rules and strategies. Many of the habits that make you an excellent individual contributor are the exact opposite of what you need to succeed as a director. What managers typically do: manage day-to-day execution and tasks for their team, follow and enforce established processes someone else designed, focus on meeting existing goals and KPIs, usually within one function or department. What directors are expected to do: lead cross-functional initiatives where many team members don't even report to them. Design new processes and raise the standards of excellence across the organization, not just within one team. Set direction. Decide what's next for growth, innovation, and productivity at the company level. For example, before becoming CEO, Satya Nadella led the Cloud and Enterprise Group at Microsoft, a director and then executive responsibility. He wasn't just managing engineers. He was driving a massive strategic shift from traditional software to cloud services like Azure, coordinating product, sales, marketing, and operations globally. That's director-level behavior, cross-functional leadership plus shaping what's next for the company. So stop asking, how can I manage my team better? And start asking, how can I move the business forward in a visible, cross-functional way? Step 1, stop being the hero, start building system. Many managers become indispensable. Sounds positive. Sometimes it blocks promotion. Why? Because if everything depends on you, leadership may think, we can't move them, the team needs them here. Executives build systems, not dependence. Ask, would performance continue if I disappeared for 2 weeks? If the answer is no, build stronger systems. That is executive thinking. Step 2, build a leadership brand. As a manager, you help your team excel within existing processes. As a director, you're expected to redefine what excellent even means for your part of the business. That means you must be able to clearly and convincingly explain what needs to change, why it matters to the company's growth or strategy, how your proposed process or initiative will deliver results that are orders of magnitude higher, not just a small improvement. A director is recognized not only for results but for influence. This means people must see you as a credible leader before you get the title. For example, Steve Jobs transformed expectations in technology. Before smartphones evolved, many companies competed on technical features. But Apple changed the standard. Technology should also feel simple and beautiful. The standard shifted, industries followed. That is leadership influence. Step 3, learn to see around corners. Strategic prediction. One under-discussed executive skill is anticipation. Directors often identify problems before they become visible. For example, companies that recognize digital transformation early adapted faster than those ignoring change. Seeing trends early creates advantages. Ask, what challenge could affect this department next year? What industry change is coming? What technology threatens us? Directors scan future risks continuously. So read industry reports, watch competitor moves, study market changes. Prediction improves with exposure. Step 4, shift from managing people to leading leaders. Managers coach staff, directors develop other managers to do the same. You're moving from hands-on guidance to creating a system that scales leadership. For example, at Google, senior directors like Susan Wojcicki were known for building entire leadership pipelines under them. She didn't just manage her teams, she created frameworks so other managers could replicate her leadership style consistently. How to apply this? Mentor other managers. Don't just supervise them. Build training models for your department. Evaluate how decisions impact other departments, not just yours. Ask upper management how you can contribute to organizational culture building. When senior leaders see you not just directing your own team, but also elevating the thinking of other managers, you start to look like a future director who can scale leadership across the organization. Tip: spend 30 minutes daily learning something connected to your field. Small knowledge becomes a strategic advantage over years. As we're talking about leadership, communication, decision-making, and business growth, there's something interesting I came across: the Leaders Toolkit. Sometimes the real challenge is inspiring your team, handling tough conversations, making decisions that actually stick, staying focused under pressure. And it didn't stop at the ebook. You also get a checklist to keep you focused, a resource cheat sheet for quick solutions, and a mind map that simplifies everything into one glance. Simple, practical, and powerful. I've added the link in the description below so you can easily explore it after this video. Step 5. Improve executive communication. To reach the director level, you must communicate like an executive. Many skilled managers remain stuck because communication stays tactical. Executives communicate clearly, briefly, and strategically. Instead of saying, "Our department faced several issues," say, "3 risks are affecting performance. Here's the impact, solution, and expected outcome." That sounds executive. For example, when Mary Barra became executive director at General Motors before later becoming CEO, she was known for her clear, decision-oriented communication. Every presentation she gave led with insights and ended with a business action, not just updates. How to apply this? Practice executive summaries. One-pager updates with data and decisions. When you speak, lead with results and next steps, not with story or backstory. Build presence through tone, posture, and control under stress. Step 6. Stop managing tasks. Start chartering the course of the company. Managers execute plans. Directors help create direction. Imagine a ship. Managers keep operations running. Directors decide where the ship goes. Directors are deeply involved in questions like, what products or services should we invest in? How do we remove bottlenecks that limit our growth? What systems will support the company's next phase of scale? For example, when Netflix moved from DVD rentals to streaming, that wasn't a manager decision. It was a director and executive level strategic shift. Leaders had to charter the course, forecast future customer behavior, plan technology investments, manage content licensing, and oversee global expansion. Managers executed pieces of this plan, but directors defined the path. How to start chartering the course. Even as a manager, you can start to behave like a director. Think beyond your team's metrics. Don't just focus on the target. Ask, how does our team's work impact long-term company growth or strategy? Join cross-functional projects, seeking cross-functional responsibilities before you're promoted, so you can learn what it takes to succeed in a director-level environment. Volunteer for initiatives that require coordination across departments: product, marketing, operations, finance. Bring strategic proposals, not just updates. In leadership meetings, don't only report status. Bring one idea per quarter that addresses a bottleneck or opens a growth opportunity, backed by data and a suggested roadmap. This is how you earn a reputation as someone who can sit at the table where big decisions are made. Exactly the table directors sit at. Step 7. Speak the language of the business, not just your function. Managers know how things work. Directors must know why they matter financially. For example, at Netflix, product leads who sought promotion to director-level positions learned to tie design choices directly to subscriber metrics and retention rates. This financial awareness elevated them above peers who only talked about creative or technical success. How to apply this? Understand your department's P&L, profit and loss impact. Begin reading internal financial reports, budget allocations, and forecasts. When presenting updates, link your outcomes to ROI or cost savings. Partner with finance leaders to understand your contribution to revenue metrics. Step 8. Build your legacy. Managers typically coach individual contributors on specific skills. Directors, in contrast, are responsible for developing great managers who will themselves lead teams and eventually become directors. Directors build a leadership pipeline. They think in terms of legacy. What kind of leaders will I leave behind when I move on? For example, Google has long invested heavily in developing strong managers, studying what makes them effective and building programs to improve leadership quality. Senior leaders and directors play a key role in mentoring managers, not just approving their budgets or performance ratings. This focus on developing managers has been linked to higher performance and engagement across the company. What you can do: identify 1-3 high potential people. Give them leadership stretch assignments. Coach on mindset, not just tasks. Don't only teach how to do this report, teach how to think like a leader when facing this type of problem. Document your manager playbook. Create a simple guide. How you run 101s, how you coach underperformers, how you build high-performing teams. When senior leaders see that you're not just running a team, but building other leaders, they see director potential, because directors multiply leadership, not just output. Step 9, prepare for executive dynamics. Politics without the drama. At the director level, you can't avoid politics, but you can navigate them with integrity. For example, at IBM, successful directors learn to work through complex stakeholder environments, balancing divisions, executive board expectations, and client outcomes, without losing objectivity or credibility. The journey from manager to director often requires learning skills nobody teaches in day-to-day jobs. Sometimes frameworks, leadership playbooks, strategic thinking models, or deeper management resources accelerate growth because they expose how executives think behind decisions. Professionals who keep learning usually progress faster than professionals relying only on experience. Experience matters. Learning multiplies experience. As your career grows, remember this quote from Indra Nooyi: "If you want to improve the organization, you have to improve yourself, and the organization gets pulled up with you." Thanks for watching, and check out our next video on 5 practical steps to handle team conflict. Click here to watch it next.